Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about how my life has changed since I started my transition. We're just going to start off by getting all the little plug things out of the way. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. And if you want to see any other information from me, just go ahead and click the link in my description and you will find my Instagram. I post daily pictures over there and you can learn a little bit about me. Alright, so I guess we'll jump straight into the video then. I'm first going to start off by talking about how I felt before my transition and a little bit about what my life was like then. The first thing I want to talk about is how I felt, and that was that I always felt like I was hiding and that people never really saw me because they always saw me as a girl, and I'm not a girl. So I always felt like if they actually saw the real me and that they noticed or something like that, that they wouldn't like me because of it. That's some like internalized transphobia, I suppose. But I just thought that if anyone knew that I was trans, that no one would like me and that no one would want to be my friends anymore. Which didn't turn out to be the case, and I'll talk a bit more about that and how I'm doing now. But that's just how I felt before I transitioned, and before I even came out, I was always worried about that. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about how my dysphoria was before my transition, and also before I came out. My dysphoria that was the worst for me was my chest dysphoria. Obviously that's not a problem anymore because I had top surgery. But with the way I felt before, I always tried to hide the chest that I did have. I always wore baggy shirts, sweatshirts. I got a binder once I was comfortable after I told... Well, I think I actually got a binder before I told my friends. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got a binder before I told my friends. Or at least before I told the majority of my friends. I passed decently well beforehand, as long as I didn't talk. So my chest was what I thought would give me away, but it really wasn't that noticeable. It was my voice, probably, that gave me away the most. I work at a food position type job in the food industry, and there would always be customers that would come up and ask me questions and stuff while I was working, and half the time I'd get, like, identified as sir or something like that, but as soon as I'd open my mouth and answer their question, they'd switch it over to female pronouns, which was kind of a pain in the ass, because it was like, you were so close to begin with, you just had to go and mess it up. But, so I would always try to not speak with my answers. Like, I don't know, if someone would ask me to get them something, I'd just be like, yeah, just try to avoid actually speaking to answer the question, or I would like point or something like that, and I still kind of do that at work. My voice has obviously dropped quite a bit, and it's not as much of a dysphoria-inducing thing, but I still do that. I don't know, maybe it just became a habit. Like, someone will ask me a question and I'll just look at them and I'll point. Like, if someone's asking where something goes, I'll just point at where it goes instead of, like, actually talking to them and telling them it's over there. But I guess that's just a thing that I got in the habit of doing. I don't know. But I was always worried that people would identify me as he, but I would do something and then they would change their mind and decide that I was a she, because that happened. Out of half the time that I was identified as he first, they would switch it back over to she. And then I did have this one lady that literally switched the pronoun like 5 times in one conversation, just asking for something. I don't even remember what the question was. I just remember laughing about that. But I would always tell my friends when that would happen, and I would tell them I thought it was the funniest thing that someone did that and whatnot. But I just wasn't ready to tell them, I guess. I've always been a pretty shy person, but when it came to meeting new people, especially at work and stuff before I came out, I was always worried. Like, I knew that they wouldn't think that I was a guy right away, or they might, but they would get corrected right away if that ever happened, which it really didn't happen all that much, not to my notice at least, where people would see me as a guy and then someone that I worked with or a friend of mine or something like that, someone who knew me basically, would tell them that no, that's a girl. But that didn't happen too much, or at least I never saw it happen. I was always just marked as she or her or my birth name when I would get introduced. So it kind of eliminated the possibility that anyone would see me as a guy, as me, which was kind of annoying, to say the least. But there wasn't really anything I could do about it at the time without actually coming out. And then once I did decide to come out, and I told everyone at work and my bosses and stuff, everyone switched over actually pretty decently, very easily, which was good. People still mess it up every now and then, and I don't really correct people on it just because it makes me uncomfortable. I always feel like I'm a burden in some way, which I know is not true, completely not true, and that I'm perfectly in the right to correct people on my name doesn't get messed up. It's my pronouns every now and then with people that I know. Like, I know that I can correct them and that I should, but I just don't feel comfortable doing it, which I really gotta learn to actually do that and, like, speak up for myself in that type of way. Alright, so I'm editing my video and I've realized that it's too long, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna split it into two parts. This one that you're seeing today, which is all about how I felt before my transition, and then the next video, which will be out on Sunday, is going to be about how I feel now and my decision to transition and my decision on the different parts of transition, like my top surgery and my hormone replacement therapy and stuff like that. So if you want to see that video, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell to get notified when that comes out. It'll be sometime in the middle of the day on Sunday. But that'll do it for this video. Sorry to split it into two, but have a nice day, week, month, however long until I see you again. Alright, bye.